What is the realistic solution to bring peace in the Middle East? And how would you position America to be an impartial intermediary to help resolve the conflict?
Finally, you have questions about U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East. And my view is that the U.S. should approach conflict between Israelis and Palestinians as an honest broker, that the U.S. has a clear national interest in a peaceful resolution of that conflict that upholds the human rights and human dignity of all people who live in that region, regardless of their faith, regardless of their nationality. As a Jewish American and someone with family members who live in Israel, it's a personal matter for me, and I'm a strong advocate for and defender of Israel as a secure homeland for the Jewish people, but that doesn't mean that I believe that we should never criticize the Israeli government or the Likud party or Israeli politicians. A healthy alliance can accommodate disagreements over policy, and the role of the United States should be to achieve a diplomatic resolution that is consistent with the basic human interests of everyone who lives in Israeli and Palestinian territory. I support a two-state solution that allows Israelis and Palestinians to realize their greatest potential and national identity and to achieve prosperity and peace and human freedom. And that's what I'll advocate for in the U.S. Senate. So thank you for putting together this virtual forum. I appreciate, of course, your leadership, and Rizwan Hassan, thank you for all you've done to organize and give voters an opportunity to hear from candidates. If you have any follow-up questions, the staff at I-PAC knows how to get in touch with me and my campaign team. Wishing everyone a peaceful and healthy summer. Thank you.
In order to achieve peace in the Mideast, we must first affirm our responsibilities to our allies in the region. What happened in Syria was inexcusable and is inconsistent with the American ethic to leave our allies on the battlefield, to have them subjected to oppressive regimes and leave them at the hands of extremists and terrorists was something that I think shocked the world and something we must never repeat. We must help people fight oppressive regimes and those extreme terrorists in the region so that they can live a peaceful and stable life. As you know, I support a two-state solution with separate independent capitals for both the people of Israel and the people of Palestine. I also support peace and stability in the region through aid. Transparent and accountability is essential to all aid to all countries, but we must have aid in order to bring about the environment which will allow people to come to a resolution. And we must find partners that want resolution and not stalemate. So peace is possible. We know that. And it serves our interest as Americans, but it serves the interest of all people. With that, I want to close by thanking I-PAC for this incredible opportunity. I am so honored to have been invited. I'm honored to have an inclusive, broad-based support around this state, including that of the Asian American Advocacy Fund and many, many others, Democracy for America, people who insist on candidates who understand that we all have separate life's journeys and they are to be celebrated. Thank you. Thank you for your interest in this important Senate race, and I will see you on the battlefield of making this world a better place through civic engagement.
The fifth question you ask is, what is the realistic solution to bring peace to the Middle East? How would you position America to be an impartial intermediary to help resolve the conflict? Resolving a peaceful two-state solution to the Middle East conflict is one of the most important national interest initiatives that this country can undertake. Not only do we need a peaceful two-state solution, but we need it to be something that engages all of our allies and friends in the region. And my biggest concern in the Trump administration is, rather than lean into the career diplomats and foreign policy experts who have studied this conundrum for decades, he's turned the process over to someone whose qualifications extend nowhere beyond the fact he happens to be the son-in-law of the United States president. We are going to need, over the next administration, to rebuild our alliances in the region. These are some of the most important military, intelligence, and economic partnerships that we have anywhere in the world. But it is going to require that we lean on experts. We are going to also have to go back to the table with Iran and re-engage in talks to prevent them from becoming a country with nuclear weapons. A nuclear Iran serves no one in the region. We are going to need to rebuild the protections for ethnic and racial minorities in the region and ensure that their human rights are protected. At the same time, we're going to need to uplift the rights of citizens to engage in participative democracy. When we do those things, we will in fact be able to set the stage for peace, long-lasting, sustainable peace in the region.